The Tusk, where it's 8:30, and that means it is time exactly for our high beam this morning. And we're welcoming in today our guest, Cory Parker, who is a mobile mortgage lender for First Federal Community Bank, and he is mobile this morning. So, Cory, hello, how are you doing?
Good. Hey, thanks for having me, Brad.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever. I'm just glad you're not driving in the snow like a couple of days ago, so at least we got out of that for now.
Right.
So that is good. Hey, so you're with First Federal Community Bank. You told me it's been about 4.5 years or so. So obviously you're ingrained into the programs there, and you like what you're doing. So tell us about some things, because we've been paying attention, and obviously interest rates have been going up over the past year. What has that done to mortgage rates, though? Is that rising them historically high as well?
No, so I mean, historically, rates are still, relatively low. Currently, we're at 6.75% on a 30-year loan. So historically, still low. Just over the past couple of years that we've had, where interest rates kind of dropped out, they seem high, but historically, looking back, they're still relatively low.
Yeah, in comparison to years and decades back. Yeah, that's kind of have to look at the big picture, right?
Right.
So at First Federal Community Bank, tell me about pre-approval for mortgage loans. What is that good for, and what's that do for buyers?
Yeah, so we offer free pre-approvals, and basically what that does is it gives you kind of a little more buying power, so to say. One, exactly, the number that you can go up to on the purchase price of a house. And then two, when you find a house you like in that price range, and you're working with a realtor or whatever the case may be, you can, be prepared to make an offer, and then the person selling the home also sees that, hey, this person's, ready to go. They're serious about, the offer they made.
Let's be honest, this is still a business, I guess you want to call it, where prices are a little bit negotiable. So everybody's posted price isn't necessarily what they think they're going to get out of a home. Isn't that true?
That is very true. And like I said, just, walking into, a showing of a house, or, going through a house with a realtor, it makes one, the seller know, and two, the realtor know that, this person's ready to go. They're really wanting to buy a house. They're not just, kicking tires, so to say.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's disappointing when you think somebody is going to buy, and then they come back and say, "Oh, we can't get the money."
Right.
So that certainly eliminates that.
So that pre-approval, doing it up front, like I said, just lets you know right where you're at in the process of, how much can I afford, what kind of house can I buy, and then, like I said, having that step ready of being ready to go.
Yeah. Well, it can look daunting, especially if you have not bought a home before and you're a first-time home buyer. But First Federal Community Bank then has special programs for first-time home buyers. How do those work?
Correct. So as a first-time home buyer, you can put as little as 3% down of the purchase price. So just kind of that way you can save some funds, when buying your first house, as some programs require 5 or 10% down.
Mm-hmm.
With First Fed, we do a conventional loan, like I said, as a first-time home buyer, with as little as 3% down.
So if you're looking at a $100,000 home, that's just $3,000?
Yep, that is correct. There's a $3,000 down payment. Then obviously you might have closing costs in there depending on what you and the sellers agreed to. Mm-hmm. But as little as 3% down, and you could get that, $100,000 house.
That's a good way to go. I remember thinking when I was about 23 years old, like, I'm never going to be able to buy a house. So I should have called you then.
Yeah, and because you get a lot of first-time home buyers, that I see, they think that they have to have that like 20% dumber down, which is not the case at all.
No, that would lower your payment, but yeah, you don't have to have that. So now tell me, because of the electronic age, I think that has helped a lot. But the application process, which also sometimes seems like it could be overwhelming, is not so. So how does that work? How do I go about applying and getting things all in line?
Yeah, so we have, multiple different ways of getting an application in. First one being, your traditional, meet me in the bank, we'll get an application filled out. Option two, call my phone number, 330-663-6100, and we can do it over the phone. Or we have, becoming probably the most traditional way it seems anymore, is our online application. Just, go right to our website at mortgage.firstfed.com, and you can apply online and, the convenience of your own home at any time that works for you, and it comes in directly to me.
Just in general, what kind of documents should you have handy so you don't have to keep getting up and running to the back room to look for?
Yeah, so just your typical financial stuff. I have come to kind of make my spiel, which is 2 years of W-2s and tax returns, 30 days of pay stubs, and then 2 months of bank statements. Or if you have those digitally, that's another thing as well, that you can upload them right to our portal, or you can email them me directly. So in some cases, we've had deals where people are moving from out of state and coming here, and I don't ever meet them until they get to closing. And you can do everything, like I said, from the convenience of your recliner at home.
That's not too bad. Cory Parker's a mobile mortgage lender, so that is literal, right? Because you can be talked to on the phone, or you can move around and go see somebody.
That is very correct. I'm kind of anywhere and everywhere, whether it be, somebody's place of work. If they can't get out, I can go there. They can be at any one of, our locations in the multiple counties. Kind of just whatever's easiest for the customer.
You're in beautiful Holmes County right now. Is that true?
Correct. I'm on my way to our Berlin office right now.
All right. Well, Cory, thanks. Again, if you could just highlight a couple, your number and then the online place where people should go for mortgage information.
Yeah, so the first would be my cell phone. It's my direct number. You can, call, text anytime. It is 330-663-6100. Or you can do the online application, which can be found at mortgage.firstfed.com.
Very good. And just one more question: do you see a lot of transitions going on now? I mean, is the market active?
Yeah, with still very. I wouldn't say as busy as it was the last couple of years, but we're still very steady. And there's not a lot of houses on the market, so that kind of comes back to the pre-approval point as well of being ready to go. That way, when a house pops up, you can contact the realtor that's listing it or whoever you're working with and say, hey, we're pre-approved, we're ready to go. Let's go, look and make an offer on this house.
Yeah, that's a great tool to have in your box there. So, all right, well, man, I will let you do some banking business, and we appreciate your time this morning. And, hey, good luck. We'll talk to you again, all right?
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, Brad.
That's our pleasure for sure. Thanks a lot. That's Cory Parker, mobile mortgage lender from First Federal Community Bank, our guest here this morning on the BT Morning Show's 830 High Beam.